Jungkook officially crowned the most talented artist of 2026, the world finally recognizes his genius. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Kpop Update. Some moments in the music industry feel loud, explosive, full of flashing headlines and dramatic reactions. But this moment? This one feels different. Because it isn't about surprise. It isn't about shock. It isn't even about debate. It's about confirmation. The world didn't discover Jungkook in 2026. The world finally admitted what had been standing in front of them for years. Jungkook is not simply talented. He is extraordinary. Unmatched. A once-in-a-generation artist whose abilities go far beyond the limits of the idol industry. And now, officially, globally, undeniably, he has been crowned the most talented artist of 2026. The title that took years to arrive. For casual listeners, this announcement sounds like a major achievement. For longtime fans, for ARMY, it sounds like justice. Because Jungkook's story is not one of overnight success. It's the story of a teenager who left everything behind to chase a dream in a city that didn't wait for anyone. A boy who debuted carrying expectations far heavier than his age. A young artist who was labeled golden not because life was easy for him, but because he had to be good at everything, all the time, without room to fail. From day one, Jungkook was not allowed to grow slowly. He had to be perfect immediately. Perfect vocals. Perfect dance. Perfect visuals. Perfect stamina. Perfect center. While others were learning, he was already performing at a level professionals admired. And yet, instead of praise, he was often doubted. People said he was only popular because of visuals. Because of BTS's fame. Because of hype. But talent cannot hide forever. And time always exposes the truth. A voice that defies limits. Jungkook's vocal ability has always been his strongest weapon. But what separates him from others is not just tone, it's control. His stability while dancing aggressively. His emotional delivery in ballads. His clarity in English tracks. His power in live stages with no backing support. Critics often said idol vocals rely on production. Jungkook shattered that narrative repeatedly. He sings like someone trained in multiple genres, yet his sound remains uniquely his. Smooth but powerful. Soft yet piercing. Controlled but emotional. And in 2026, global panels analyzing live performances ranked him as one of the most technically consistent vocalists in modern pop, idol or not. That's not popularity. That's skill recognized at an industry level. The performer no one can look away from. There's something dangerous about Jungkook on stage. Not loud. Not exaggerated. But magnetic. He doesn't demand attention. He pulls it naturally. Every movement is intentional. Every expression feels real. Every second of his performance tells a story without words. Dancers around the world study his fan cams. Not because he's flashy, but because he's precise. He doesn't just dance choreography. He controls space, rhythm, energy, and emotion all at once. That kind of performance cannot be taught easily. It's instinct mixed with obsession for perfection. The artist who never stopped improving. What truly shocked industry professionals was not just Jungkook's talent. It was his growth rate. Year after year, he kept evolving. Better technique. Better control. Better artistic identity. Better stage direction. Better emotional connection. While many artists plateau at their peak, Jungkook kept climbing higher, even when he was already at the top. And ARMY saw it first. They saw the effort behind the scenes. The relentless practice. The pressure he carried silently. The fear of not being good enough despite being better than most. This title in 2026 is not a reward. It's recognition of years of invisible battles. The global industry finally aligns. When music critics, producers, vocal analysts, choreographers, and international media all arrived at the same conclusion. It became undeniable. Jungkook is not just an idol who excels. He is an artist whose skill level surpasses the framework of K-pop itself. That's why this recognition feels historic. Because the industry didn't just praise him. They categorized him differently. Not as best idol, but as one of the most gifted artists working today. Across genres, across languages, across performance styles. Why this matters emotionally. For ARMY, this moment is deeply personal. Because they watched him grow under pressure. They protected him when he was criticized unfairly. They defended his talent when others tried to reduce it. They knew. They always knew. And now the world has caught up. This isn't about proving fans right. It's about validating the journey of an artist who gave everything to his craft long before recognition arrived. A legacy already written, but still growing. Being named the most talented artist of 2026 is not the end of Jungkook's story. It's a milestone. Because someone like Jungkook doesn't slow down after success. He becomes even more dangerous. More refined. More unstoppable. And if this is how the world sees him now, imagine what they will call him in the years ahead. One thing is already certain. And it is no longer a prediction whispered by fans or a compliment thrown casually by headlines. Jungkook is no longer just someone who appears in history books as a name attached to records and achievements. He is shaping history while he is still walking inside it. Most artists become legends after their peak. After their silence. After nostalgia begins to wrap their existence in golden light. But Jungkook is different. He is becoming timeless in real time. Every era he enters bends around him. Every industry he touches shifts. Every space he walks into changes temperature, quietly, powerfully, without needing to demand attention. That is what makes his story so rare. He did not arrive loudly. He did not claim superiority. He did not chase titles. The world gave them to him because it had no other choice. From music charts collapsing under his name, to brands experiencing unprecedented global surges, to cultural conversations that expand simply because he exists within them. Jungkook is not following the path of past icons. He is creating a new blueprint for what influence truly looks like in this generation. And what makes it even more extraordinary is this. ARMY saw it first. Long before media declared him global pop king. Long before journalists called him the standard. Long before luxury brands competed for his presence. Fans believed when he was just a shy teenager with wide eyes and overwhelming talent. They believed when he stood quietly behind older members. They believed when people underestimated him. They believed when success still looked distant. They believed not because of records, but because of sincerity, effort, humility, and the unmistakable light he carried even then. ARMY didn't wait for proof. They recognized greatness before the world learned how to measure it. And now history is unfolding exactly the way they always said it would. Not because he was lucky. Not because he was marketed perfectly. But because Jungkook possesses something that cannot be manufactured. Authenticity powerful enough to move millions. Talent sharp enough to transcend borders. Emotion deep enough to connect across languages and cultures. He is not just loved. He is felt. That is why his presence lasts longer than trends. Why his voice lingers longer than songs. Why his influence spreads faster than any campaign. Because Jungkook is not an idol created for an era. He is an era created in human form. And ARMY will always remember the quiet truth they held from the very beginning. The truth that is now echoed globally. They believed long before the world finally said it out loud. There is, and will only ever be, one Jungkook.